Hey folks, it's Mr. Heathcote here, just with some tips about your really interesting upcoming assignment that you're working on about stainless steel. So one thing just to remember, I know it's an obvious one, but when we're talking about stainless steel, we're talking about steel where we spell it S-T-E-E-L as opposed to S-T-E-A-L, which is what we refer to when someone steals or takes. All right, just a little quick one to double check on your essays. So you've gone through essay structures in class. So I just wanted to give a quick update on each of the sub-questions and maybe some approaches or extra help in terms of how you can go about answering them. So the first question is around how stainless steel is produced. When we're looking at that question, we're really asking how is it made, i.e. what is the process of turning from the raw materials, okay, getting the materials out of the ground, iron ore and other materials, and turning it into stainless steel. There's a really good video called The History of Iron and Steel, which gives a good overview of it. If you're still a bit unsure about it, I'd consider that to be a really good option, maybe watching that for a start and then using it to supplement some information you find on websites. We'll give you a really good overview. There's a hyperlink there, so if you're looking at the Word document for this, you can just click it and you'll go straight over to it. So the next question is, what benefits has it given to society? All right. And when we're asking that, we're really asking, why do we need it? Okay, why is it used and how is it used? You've already noticed on your assessment, it is asking to look at a specific industry, okay? So you might choose the automotive industry and how it's been impacted by stainless steel, what they use it for. You might look at the medical industry, the hospitality industry, etc. There's a link there to a website. There's a whole bunch of them out there, but that one actually gives a really good overview of how stainless steel is used in different industries. So if you're not sure which to choose, you could use that as a starting point. The next question is, what impact has it had on the environment? So for a question like this, you probably want to look at what are some of the positive and negative impacts. All right, I've only looked into this issue a little bit, but yeah, as we say, when you're looking at the impacts, you might want to look at the positive and negative ways it has affected the environment. All right, and from my very quick look, some people have talked about it being a green product and recyclable, and then others have talked about negative impacts, for example, carbon emissions and the mining. And probably with all your sources, you want to remember, is this a reliable and credible source, okay? So is this source going to be one that has the correct information for you, or might it have a specific bias, okay? So if it's by someone in the stainless steel industry, then they're probably more likely to emphasize the positive impacts. Whereas if it's from an environmental group, then they might be more likely to emphasize the negative impacts. And the truth of all these things normally lies somewhere in between. So just something to have a good think about. Any difficulties in using the material? Okay, so that's asking about what makes using stainless steel difficult. All right, what problems are associated with using it? Now that's going to be much more for you tech students. You'll know a lot more about the technical side of using these materials. But I did find a really good article. It's highly technical, but it does go through some of the different types of problems or issues that arise when working with stainless steel and ways to avoid it. So obviously that's just one site, but at least lots of information there for start. And then the last question there is about the cost of using the material. So you're probably going to work out for your project exactly what you're talking about and how much you're talking about. You're talking about, per square meter or kilos, etc., etc. I did find this website, Recycling Depot Adelaide, which has scrap metal prices. And I thought it was interesting that, as you can see at the moment, that stainless steel price was $1.10 per kilo. So hopefully, if you have a look at each of those questions and some of those resources, it'll support you to do an awesome job of this assignment. Thanks for your time. Enjoy.